These two clubs, along with the rest of the FIBA Europe family, about to embark on a 7.5-month journey. 40 teams from 22 countries competing in a total of 324 games to be crowned European club champions. Game day one in this arena is the highest point of a remarkable roller coaster ride for the home team, relegated all the way down to the French 4th tier in 2009, but from 2012 they've been on a relentless mission to reach the summit. An astonishing 3 promotions in 4 years to arrive back in the top flight last season before becoming the first newly promoted team to win the regular season in over half a century and the first ever newly promoted team to win the French Leaders' Cup. The next chapter in their riveting story takes place in Europe, their first European campaign in several decades, and it begins against a current continental champion. Fraport Skyliners from Frankfurt arrive in the Basketball Champions League off the back of winning their first ever European trophy last season, the FIBA Europe Cup. One of the top clubs in Germany since the turn of the century, and a former German champion. They'll be desperate to spoil the party here this evening. Here's a look at the fixtures in Group A on game day one of the new Basketball Champions League, and a couple of relatively close games for the most part before being blown open in the second half. And we're about to get underway between Monaco and Fraport Skyliners, and these are two teams who will both be targeting a lengthy run in this competition. The home team are an exciting prospect because they've got at least 5 guys who can step up at any moment to change a game. Even the likes of new signing Brandon Davies, who's not quite found his feet yet at the club, has shown he can have a huge impact once he finds his rhythm. And then, having talked about a number of weapons, the all-round presence of swingman Jamal Schuler is their most powerful weapon, no doubt. They will need him to have a big game against the Europe Cup champions this evening. Fraport have lost a number of key players from last season's Europe Cup win, so great expectancy on the likes of Antonio Graves and the evergreen captain Quintus Robinson to fill the void as key players for them. And Siobhan Shields looks like he's going to be their new X-factor, straight out of college in the US and already leading his team in scoring in the German Bundesliga. Here you see the roster for the away team. They've got Kwame Vaughan as well, who can add quality and experience. Quintus Robertson, one of their leading performers in that Europe Cup campaign, 11.2 points, 4.1 rebounds, en route to winning the trophy. Siobhan Shields I've talked about, arriving straight out of the US college system, 16.2 points, 6.2 rebounds and 1.4 steals per game so far in the BBL this season. They still have Philip Scrubb as well, who was their second leading scorer en route to claiming that Europe Cup last season. As we see the roster for AS Monaco, Jamal Schuler, the 30-year-old American wearing the number 23 jersey, led the team in the French league last season, 15.9 points, 2.8 assists and 1.1 steals per game. He was also the Euro Challenge Final 4 MVP in 2015 with Nanterre, and MVP at that French Leaders' Cup last season that Monaco won in their first season back in the top flight. D. Boston, another key player for Monaco, 11.3 points, a team high 5.5 assists and 1.5 steals per game at the start of the French season. And Brandon Davies, who they've added this season, who made the Europe Cup final himself last season, playing against Fraport Skyliners for Varese. Introduction of the home team to the fans in Monaco. A number of players I've not mentioned could be key for them tonight as well. The likes of Yakuba Ouattara, who was introduced right at the end there, is a big scorer in the French league as well. 12.4 points last season. And inside, what a presence they've got from Bongali Fofana, 213 centimetres, 7 feet tall, the number 21. Fofana, team highs of 6.8 rebounds and 2.3 blocks per game at the start of the French season. 2.3 blocks per game. Can Fraport Skyliners find a way around his defensive wall this evening? Two teams certainly targeting a long run in this tournament. They will absolutely see it as essential that they get out of Group A and into the playoffs. Here's your officials for the evening from Spain, Italy and Poland. They did have a number of big crowds here last season, Monaco. The management created a campaign to advertise them as the cheapest club to watch in the French top flight. The aim was to create great atmospheres at every game rather than to make a profit from ticket sales, and boy did it pay off. Having been promoted, they had a 16-1 record on the home court and won the Leaders' Cup as well. They were able to qualify for this competition, which is seen as a fundamental part of their growth and their expansion. And they take on a top side tonight in Fraport Skyliners, as we see their starting five. I've talked about Robertson and Shields, Mertz, Ilsufer and Morrison, the other three that make the starting five. It is a young Fraport Skyliners team, an average age through their roster of 23. And you see Morrison, another man to start there. Michael Morrison, the 26-year-old American. There's a strong American presence. Quintez Robertson, Antonio Graves and Markel Starks, all Americans as well. Kwame Vaughan too. And they're led by Klaus Purvas, who's the temporary head coach because Gordon Herbert is away on medical leave for the first 4 to 5 games. We wish him well. Here's a look at the AS Monaco starting five. Ouattara, Schuler and Davies I've talked about. Amara C. There's another player along with Zach Wright, who will start this first game of the new Basketball Champions League season. Amara C averaging 8.8 points at the start of the French League season and shooting 65% from the field. Very experienced indeed at the age of 35. He's the oldest player on court for either team tonight. It's the final opportunity for the two respective head coaches to relay their instructions to their players before the start of this tournament.
No, continue with the 2s, 3s and see what's happening. Okay? With the good, we need to make this.
The fans have started to fill this place up quickly before tip-off. There's a look at the man that leads their team, Coach Vujasevic and Mitrovic. Among the coaching staff for Monaco. Zach Wright there, the other player in the starting five. He's only played 15 minutes a game across the start of the French season. And he gets a big start here, the naturalised Bosnian international. We've already had action this evening in Greece, Lithuania, Denmark, Serbia and Croatia. Now games taking place in Italy, Belgium, Slovenia and of course here in France. A new era in European basketball has begun. A new chapter in the recent success stories of these two clubs about to unfold. On the French Riviera, it's France against Germany. AS Monaco against Fraport Skyliners live on game day 1 of the first ever Basketball Champions League. The fans are a key part of Monaco's success in recent years. Will that continue here in European competition? It's been the aim of their project to get back to this stage, and here they are, the moment they've been waiting for. The Skyliners controlling the tip and looking for the first score with Morrison. Hands it off to Mertz. The fans really getting into this early on. Back out to the perimeter it goes to Ilshofer. Inside once more to Siobhan Shields, who's in a wrestling match with Amari C. Amari C very physical inside against Siobhan Shields. Fraport Skyliners to inbound. Shields moves it on to Quintez Robertson. Robertson looking to use the frame of Morrison, forced backwards, able to cling onto it at half court, right to the end of the shot clock, has to put it up. Short, offensive rebound and a rejection from Brandon Davies. Great defensive start for Monaco. And it's the French team who have the opportunity to score the first points of the new Basketball Champions League. They'll look to attack from the far side. Shields, the defender, knocked it away. Got the better of C that time. Shields on the offensive end, turns in the paint. Lovely finish over the top of C. That's an intriguing battle developing already. It's the team from Frankfurt who draw first blood. Monaco looking to get themselves on the board for the first time. Brandon Davies off the mark from downtown. Tipped back towards C though, recovered on the near side. There's the trail. And the attack into the paint from Brandon Davies. Energetic and aggressive, and he was caught. So the American goes to the line for two. Foul on Quintez Robertson, and Fraport Skyliners captain. Brandon Davies off the mark with the first, so they're still waiting for their first point in the Basketball Champions League. And they're still waiting. Brandon Davies, one of their summer acquisitions, unable to score either foul shot. Back out to Morrison it goes, across to this side to Ilshofer, looks to attack on the far side, kicks it back to Shields, quick ball movement, out to this side to Mertz for three, and he gets the hop. Max Mertz shooting from this side, got a big slice of good fortune, and it's the team from Frankfurt who score the first 5 points. The home team looking to shoot from the outside themselves, answer back. The three for Zach Wright. Mertz. Across it goes to Shields, then to the far side to Robertson. Ilshofer. Michael Morrison to Ilshofer. Those two combining just got away off the fingertips of Michael Morrison. So AS Monaco will have the chance to tie or maybe take the lead for the first time. C looking to set the screen in the high post, moves back inside, right, long two-pointer was too long. They're battling for the rebound, they're going to pull it down with C. Across to the far side, might be a second chance for Ouattara. They move it around for the long two. It's right on the money. Monaco back level with a 5-point flourish. Fraport Skyliners scoring the first 5 points, Monaco the last 5. Morrison, they back off him on the perimeter. And he moves it on to Mertz. Mertz to the corner. Ilshoofer for 3. Short, grabs his own rebound. Couldn't float it in. Now a chance for Monaco to take their first lead. Schuler just looked to attack and penetrate the paint straight away. And he got fouled by the number 10 Max Mertz. First foul on Mertz, who hit that three-pointer that put Fraport 5-0 ahead. Monaco have scored the last 5 points and looking to extend that run here with Jamal Schuler at the line. He's had a fine start to the French season, Schuler, leading the team to 4 straight wins, 16.3 points, 4 assists and 1.8 steals per game, but they're struggling from the line early on. That's 3 misses for Monaco already. They finally stopped the rot from the foul line. Monaco have their first lead, 6-5. Graves back to Vaughan, onto Graves again. Those 2 into the game. Kwame Vaughan trying to shake off the attentions of Schuler. Onto Graves once more. Graves was looking to attack towards the baseline. Great defence from Amara C, who read what he was trying to do and was able to knock the ball away. Antonio Graves, who's had 14 points, 3.8 assists and 1 steal per game so far in the Bundesliga this season. Couldn't get the better of C that time. Right goes back to Schuler. C looking to set the screen. Schuler around him, corner of the paint, hangs in the air, gets the contact, and will go back to the line for 2. That's the 3rd team foul on Fraport Skyliners. Great adjustment from Jamal Schuler, able to hang and very nearly hit. Foul on Siobhan Shields. Well, they're just 1 of 5 from the foul line now, Monaco. Missing the opportunity to open up some breathing room in the first 4 or 5 minutes of this game. He gets the second, Schuler. So 2 of 4 for him personally. 2 of 6 as a team. They lead by 2. Vaughan gets it back from Morrison. Turning against Zach Wright. Knocked away by Wright. Here comes Schuler. Chance to take off, but he had it knocked away from behind by the recovering Kwame Vaughan. Vaughan's pass was intercepted. Schuler was released and only had one thought in mind. Vital touch from Vaughan. They look to shoot straight off the inbound pass. Offensive rebound flying in from Davies. Up against Vaughan. Davies turns into the double team. Back out to Schuler. Slipped through the fingers of Wright and saved on half court. Final seconds of the shot clock as Wright fires. And they won't recover that one. Fraport Skyliners eventually get possession. And they had a chance on this near side with Schuler, and Wright just lost the handle on the ball, and he would have had a good look at the basket. Vaughan, penned in by Wright on that far side. Out he goes to Robertson. They've moved it on swiftly. Incisive cutting offensive play for Fraport Skyliners. And the attack inside from Shields. 7-7, halfway through the first quarter. Zach Wright back onto the right hand. Schuler taking a position low post. Receives it now on this near side. Looks to fire over the top of the defence. Well contested shot, wouldn't go down. And it's going to be Monaco ball still. C battling for it with Shields. And the French side still in possession. Relatively low scoring first 5.5 minutes. Here's Schuler, lost the handle on the ball, tried to recover, knocked away. Robertson moves it on, here goes Vaughan! Batted away, not once but twice. Monaco playing a bit of volleyball. Robertson on to Vaughan. Two of them got a piece of it. Call the SWAT team. Graves might have had a toe on the line. It's short anyway. Rebound grabbed by Kana Medley. Zach Wright. He played 6 minutes. 7-7. Here goes Schuler. Spinning in the paint, trying to get closer to the basket. Can't bank it in. It's still going to be Monaco ball again. And Mahir Agver feeling aggrieved by that call. Wasn't strong enough under the basket. Wright and Schuler both taking a seat. D. Bost, who's been very strong in the French league already this season. They'll fire a three. It's the other man off the bench, Sergei Gladit. The three-pointer for the Ukrainian, and then the foul for Gladier. Monaco by 3. And what a way to have an instant impact off the bench. And he tried to play hard defence as well. And found that time on the perimeter by D. Bost, who comes straight in to get an assist. Here's Shields. Lane just opened up for him when he was able to drive and get contact. And foul on Fofana, who's also in for Monaco. Tallest player on court, Bongali Fofana. And bounce in favour of Siobhan Shields, the 22-year-old American who's naturalised to play for Denmark. That's both of them. Fraport Skyliners within 1. Gladier moves it on. Ouattara. On by Kana Medley. Moved across by Fofana to the far side. Now D. Bost prodding and probing. He's the man most capable of finding the gaps in the defence. And he bumps the challenges inside and floats it up and in. Being stuck to all the way by Siobhan Shields, but it didn't matter. Final 3 minutes of the first. Monaco by 3. Moved into Agver. Handed off on the perimeter. Vaughan across to the near side. Graves, open look, can't hit. Rebound Monaco. They've moved it across. Another 3. Not this time for Gladier. Antonio Graves will just take his time. The 31-year-old American guards. Over it goes to the far side again, this time all the way to Robertson, and Vaughan unable to grab it, and that's a sloppy turnover from the Germans. It's been a pretty sloppy start from them, 9 points in almost 8 minutes. 4 fouls as a team already as well in this quarter, and a turnover to allow Monaco an opportunity to extend their 3-point lead. Sergei Gladia is going to inbound. Came close to making back-to-back threes off the bench. Oh, it's picked off. Good defensive read, but Robertson unable to grab the ball before he knocked it away and out of bounds. He had a chance with that left hand there. Gladia inbounding again. Bost. Boss, the little shake dribble, knocked away. Vaughan back to Siobhan Shields. Tries to spin, corner of the paint, back it goes again. Vaughan pulls up for the long two and drains it over the top of Fofana. Get out of the way, the 7-footer. Fraport within 1. The number 1, Bost, onto Gladia. Steps back, offensive foul against Fofana. He wipes out Antonio Graves. Fofana, the 213 centimetres frame, knocking over one of the smaller players on court. Antonio Graves at just 191 centimetres, 6'3". And 2 early fouls as well for Fofana. Vaughan. Boss was trying to knock it away from behind, got there at the second attempt. Here goes Bost all the way. Oh, he couldn't finish. Well, that would have been a highlight reel play. Vaughan pulls up for 3. Can't hit. And Fofana, they had enough to put him off that time. Well, Bost was going for the highlight reel play. Just didn't get enough on it. He did have Gladia trailing. Would have been an easy basket. Monaco still have the edge just about in a low-scoring first quarter. Ball out of bounds. Off the dribble from Antonio Graves. Still Fraport Skyliners ball. Here's Graves again, nice bounce pass. And it was a big battle as those two rose into the air, although the decision goes in Monaco's favour. Gladia, on it goes to Kana Medley, moved on one further. A chance to attack on the edge of the paint perhaps, across to the far side. Gladia threatening on the perimeter again. Well contested and way off the mark. Picked up, and the foul as Nick Kana Medley was battling for the board. Foul on Mahia Agver, the 20-year-old German. And Kana Medley, a very experienced player in Europe, playing in the various continental competitions at the line. And this is the first, and well, they're having a torrid quarter from the foul line. Two of 7 as a team. Kana Medley with one more, able to take it. Monaco by 2, 13-11. It could have been a 6-point lead had they made their foul shots. Robertson. Graves to Robertson. Quickly moved across to the far side. They were looking to move it all the way into the corner for Vaughan. Passing lane cut off that time. Morrison off to Vaughan. Then setting the screen. Vaughan around him. Blocked on the edge of the paint. Graves. 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Knocked away. Bost able to reel it in. And they'll just slow it down now because there's almost no differential whatsoever between shot and game clock at the end of the first. So Monaco, who lead by 2, and the low-scoring first quarter here in the Basketball Champions League, will hold it for the final shot of the quarter. Bost pulls up for the long 2 and nails it. D. Bost at the end of the first. Well, Monaco have the edge, only just. It's been tight and it's been tense, and they lead 15-11.
Brandon, vem, que tu falta. Brandon. Davis. Vem. Listen, when we play, listen to me. When we play zone, the first man is on the ball, second is on the pass. You follow him. Don't we made mistake like Zach and you, Jamal, when you play. Follow the ball, and after pass, push him down and rotate. They play forward around, but you need to move very fast. Okay? Hey, don't think about the ball. New ball, the every ball, you start to shoot, you will make. We have first offense, guys. Let's put ball down. Let's play our 2. But listen, after this back screen, pass to 3. Set the screen, step baseline, you know what's happening. Set the screen, we play 2, but
We come out of the team talk for Monaco to look at some of the highlights of that first quarter. Very close throughout. Low scoring for the most part, especially for Fraport Skyliners. That one from Kwame Vaughan, a rare one from the outside. As a team, Fraport Skyliners 1 of 6 from 3-point range. Monaco haven't taken a 3-point shot yet. This was a fast break led by Quintez Robertson onto Kwame Vaughan, and the double block for Monaco, the highlight perhaps of the first quarter. The home side led by the 4 points of D. Bost, who drilled that long 2 right at the end of the first. Siobhan Shields has 6 points for Fraport Skyliners. Here is D. Bost, who's only played 4 minutes of that first quarter, scored 4 points. Can't add to that tally at the start of the second. Graves brings the ball down court. Stopped by the double team. There's more space. There's a free man under the hoop. It's halfway down. Pops back out, and Siobhan Shields puts it back in. 8 points now for him. Picked up the pieces off his own rebound. The leading scorer for them in the German league is the leading scorer for them on opening night of the Basketball Champions League. And there's one to answer back from Jordan Abudu for Monaco. Long right hand, right arm, stretched all the way to get away from the defence. Antonio Graves directing a bit of traffic. Shot clock down to the final 6 seconds. On it goes. Siobhan Shields again. Fires it into the low post. And once more, Michael Morrison was rising to the rim with real authority. It took a couple of Monaco players underneath to stop him. And Morrison will go to the line for two. The 26-year-old American looking to halve the deficit for the Germans. Misses the first, and this has not been a good night so far from the line. Monaco 3 of 8. And 2 misses there as well for Fraport Skyliners, so it remains a 4-point game. Gladier backs off towards the perimeter, finds D. Bost. Bost looking to run the offense as well. Corner of the paint, back to Gladier. Fakes the 3, steps inside and gets contact just off the edge of the perimeter from Graves. Graves is going to take a seat after that, picks up his second foul. Quintez Robertson in the game for Fraport. Brandon Davies just hands it off to D. Bost, who's been very lively since coming in. Hangs it high! The takeoff from Abudu. Play of the night so far. And there's one to answer back from Fraport Skyliners. Michael Morrison off the pass from Max Mertz. Not quite as spectacular, but they all count the same. Bost on to Gladier. Out to the corner it goes. 5 seconds to shoot. He stumbles. Kana Medley recovered. Gladier fires from way beyond the setting sun. With the shot clock winding down, he drills it from near half court. A slow start to this Basketball Champions League affair, but the highlight reel play is starting to flow now. Monaco by 7. Can they grab the rebound? They can. Gladier, he's hit 2 from downtown now. Bost starting to run the show. Bost pulls up for a long 2. Short this time. They'll battle for the rebound. Fraport Skyliners come away with it. Siobhan Shields looking to attack straight away into the paint. Short rebound grabbed by Monaco and a chance to stretch their lead here. Abudu. Brandon Davies back. Gladier, another 3. Not this time. Robertson quickly down court. Forced back by the defense. They'll take their time now. Mertz. And it goes to Morrison. Mertz again. Bonga, who's come into the game. Mertz once more. Shot clock into the final 6 seconds. There's the screen from Morrison. Mertz goes around towards the rim. Can't finish. Monaco ball. Good defense. They held up the fast break. And then they were able to plug the gaps. The defense underneath from Brandon Davies. Four minutes into the second quarter, Monaco lead by 7, largest lead of the night. Schuler moved on towards D. Bost on the baseline. Back it comes to Schuler again. Shot clock down to 5. Brandon Davies puts it on the floor and takes off in the lane. Monaco have started to put on a dunk clinic. Morrison across to Bonga. This is Quintez Robertson. Now a chance for Siobhan Shields. Pulls up for the mid-ranger, nothing but net from Siobhan Shields. First player into double digits, he now has 10. Frankfurt sticking within 7. Kana Medley in towards the baseline, back out to the perimeter, Gladja. He got contact on the edge from Mertz. Monaco are playing well with the bench players in. D. Boston, Sergei Gladja. Gladja has hit 2 from downtown for 6 points. Bost has 2 assists and 4 points. Here's Zach Wright back into the game though from the corner of the paint. Short, but he got the hop. This is the largest lead now at 9. Midway point of the second quarter. Monaco have been much improved in terms of their efficiency and their energy in this quarter, and here goes Wright again, who's energised, backing off the bench and taking charge. Monaco open up the first double-digit lead of the first Basketball Champions League game of the season, and Fraport Skyliners forced to call timeout. And there's a look at some of the shooting numbers so far. Monaco far more impressive than their opponents. Fraport just 1 of 6 from downtown and under 50% inside. The home team led by the 7 points now of Zach Wright, who came in off the bench just then to score back-to-back baskets. 4 points in the space of a few seconds after just 3 in the opening 13 minutes or so. We've had 6 from Gladja with those 2 3-pointers, 4 apiece for Bost and Abudu, including that highlight reel dunk. And Fraport led by the 10 points of Siobhan Shields, although they've only had 4 players score, Mertz with 3, Vaughan with 2 and Morrison with 2. Fraport Skyliners need to really think about starting to close the gap, and straight off the back of the timeout they turn it over. It is not going to plan. Monaco looking to open up real breathing room before the break. They're riding a wave of momentum right now. Zach Wright. Around Brandon Davies, inside it goes to Kana Medley, turns to face the basket, high off the window, it's good. And that wave of momentum continues. Here goes Vaughan looking to attack, aggressive play. And that's really good play for Fraport Skyliners. Kwame Vaughan stepping up because they needed somebody to do so and just earn them an opportunity to at least get some more points on the board. Kwame Vaughan just had one thought in mind, to burst towards the hoop. And gets the ricochet he wanted off that foul shot. His coach doesn't look happy at the moment. So foul shot's good for Kwame Vaughan. They have been on a bit of a drought, Fraport Skyliners. It's an 11-point deficit with 4 minutes of the first half to play. Zach Wright. On it goes to Kana Medley. Brandon Davies in the high post. Hands it off to Wright, almost lost it, picks it back up Davies. Shot clock down to the final 4 seconds. They wanted to travel and they're going to get one. And the offense just collapsed there as Davies tried to hand it off to Wright. A chance for Fraport Skyliners to make it a single-digit game again. Kwame Vaughan controlling the ball down court. Looking to get all the way against Wright, knocked away and out of bounds, still Fraport ball. Nick Kane-Medley back to the bench. They're using the full depth of their roster, Monaco. Really benefited from only competing in the French League last season to finish top of the regular season. They're going to have to balance that with the FIBA Basketball Champions League this season. Siobhan Shields into Agver, tries to squeeze it up and in. First field goal in a long time for Fraport Skyliners. They're back within 9. Zach Wright being hustled and harried on centre court and forced to lose possession by Vaughan. He was over him every step of the way, although the last touch did come off the Fraport Skyliners player. And it is still Monaco ball, but first we're going to have a timeout.
Get patient if you want play pick and roll. Take the ball, no problem. 12 seconds. This is it.
Look at the shooting numbers, and a couple more shots both inside and out for Monaco. They're taking more shots, they're making more shots. They've come up with 5 steals to 3 to create a couple of extra shooting opportunities. In terms of the rebounding numbers, they've had 6 on the offensive glass compared to Fraport's 5, and that's created the chances for those extra shots. And extra shots tend to translate into extra points. And it is the French team who have the edge by 9. They have led by as many as 13. They might be leading by more had they made more of their trips to the foul line, just 3 of 8 in that department. They do have a chance to make it a double-digit game again here. Brandon Davies, long 2 for him. It is too long. Rebound grabbed by Quintez Robertson. Final 3 minutes of the first half. On it goes to Kwame Vaughan. Vaughan looking to get a lane to attack. Pulls back, tries to float the pass in towards Agver. Picked up by Siobhan Shields. Not a pretty offense for Fraport Skyliners. Great defense for Monaco. Final seconds. And the foul called with just 1 left on the shot clock. Clear frustration for the home team. Foul on Zach Wright is his second. 1 shooting foul, so still Fraport Skyliners ball. Graves inbound, gets it back. Handed off to him by Siobhan Shields. Antonio Graves, shot clock down to 5. Monaco's defence all over them again. Another block, here they come. In transition now. Across to the far side, and they'll take their time. Now they'll fire the 3. And it's off the mark by some distance from Jamal Schuler. And the defence was superb though for the French team. They were all over Fraport Skyliners, not budging an inch. Final 2 minutes of the second quarter. Now there's a bit of space, opens up in the defence. It's floated up and in by Antonio Graves, and there's contact as well. Graves got away from Schuler and provided a pinpoint finish as well. Can't do the same with the foul shot. Monaco are now over the foul limit for the quarter, and there's a steal on half court. Here goes Graves again. Can't hit the first time, can't hit the second time. Will it be third time lucky? It will. Good job he had Siobhan Shields to help him out. The defensive work from Graves. He couldn't make the most of it on the offensive end, but his teammate was there to pick up the pieces. Siobhan Shields now with 12 points. Leads all scorers in the game. Timeout called. Neither side really shooting the ball as well as I think their respective head coaches would want them to, but we're seeing some great defence out there. And it's certainly the defence of Monaco that's prevailing, limiting Fraport Skyliners to just 25 points. Although they've started to build up some momentum, they've trailed by as many as 13. 2 minutes of the half to play. And what a great time for them to start their comeback. With Tara. Oh, he's stripped to the ball as well. The defence continues for Fraport, but what a block from Brandon Davies. Not in my house, says Davies. Still Fraport Skyliners ball. Can they complete the defence? Yes, they can with C. Now they have a chance to burst forward in transition. Going coast to coast all the way. With the foul is Zach Wright for a chance at a three-point play. There was the first steal from Robertson. How about this for a block from behind for Davies, who stares down the cameraman. Foul at the other end was on Vaughan, so Monaco to the line. Trying to complete the three-point play was Zach Wright, but it turns into a chance for a 4 or 5 point play now because they grab the rebound but then can't keep it in bounds. Quintez Robertson. Agfa was calling for it inside, it goes to the far side instead. Here goes the impressive Siobhan Shields, but ball out into touch on this near side, and it took a touch along the way, so it is still the Germans' possession. Final minute of the half. Vaughan tries to float one in, looked halfway down, popped out, rebound grabbed by Davies. Able to keep it in touch on the baseline, moved on to the near side. That was going to be a long two, off the mark. Vaughan grabs the rebound this time. Quick pass down court. Here's Shields again, out to Vaughan on the left hand, drives inside, floats it over the top of the defence but can't finish. Corey Vaughan very energetic, very lively, but not quite with that final bit of quality at the moment. Debost onto Ouattara, back to Bost again. 9-second differential between shot and game clock at the end of the half. Bost through the legs, steps back for the long two. It's out of bounds. Fraport Skyliners ball, 10.2 seconds to create a look. The Germans trail by 7 points in what has been a low-scoring and for the most part tight affair on opening night in the Basketball Champions League, although Monaco have led by as many as 13. Fraport Skyliners started their comeback a couple of minutes ago. Another side shooting well from three-point range, are they? Monaco 3 of 9, 2 of those from Gladieux. Fraport just 1 of 6 from the outside. The home side led by the 9 points of Zach Wright. The away team led by the 12 points of Siobhan Shields. Shields also has 4 rebounds and 2 assists. Ten seconds for Fraport Skyliners to create something down court, and they throw it away off the inbound pass. Shields was trying to get free but stuck to by Jordan Abudu. So instead, with still that full amount of time remaining, it's Monaco who have a chance to stretch their lead before the break. Abudu and C taking a seat. Their job is done off the back of the timeout in stopping that Fraport Skyliners possession. Debossed, Gladieux. Gladieux gets fouled. The foul on Quintez Robertson. 7.2 seconds remaining in the half. Frankfurt are over the foul limit. In fact, they're not, I beg your pardon. We were seeing 5 fouls, it's just 4. 7.2 for Monaco to create a shot. And they do it straight away off the inbound pass, right on the money for Ouattara. Double-digit lead again. Coming at the perfect time for the home team. Yakuba Ouattara with the 3. And Monaco lead by 10, 35-25 at the break. Ouattara hadn't shot the ball well before that one, but the 4th three-pointer of the game for Monaco sees them lead by 10. They have limited Fraport Skyliners to just 25 first-half points, and what an achievement that is on defence to limit the FIBA Europe Cup champions. We're seeing some of the numbers from the first half. 12 turnovers. The Frankfurt team won't be happy with that at all. But the defence from Monaco has been superb. They're led on scoring by the 9 points of Zach Wright. 12 for Siobhan Shields of Fraport Skyliners leads the way in terms of all scorers in the game. Now look at some of the other leaders for the 2 respective teams. It's been very much a team effort for Monaco. Gladieux with 6 points with those couple of 3-pointers there, second top scorer, but look at the Fraport Skyliners side of things. Apart from the 12 of Siobhan Shields in that whole first half, their top scorer just 4 points, Kwame Vaughan. Here's some of the highlights of that first half. It was very slow in getting going initially. A low scoring first quarter, won by the home team 15-11. More points scored as a whole between the 2 teams in the second quarter, 20-14, but Monaco have prevailed in both quarters so far to lead by 10 at the break. They really started to find their flow in that second quarter. And some highlight reel plays to boot as well, built really off some big defensive plays. block for Zach Wright, 2 huge blocks for Brandon Davies. That really got the crowd off their feet. And D. Boss, who didn't start the game, really started to facilitate the offense well. 4 points for him and a couple of assists. And Gladgett off the bench to hit 2 3-pointers. Antonio Graves driving forward that time, finding Morrison, nice ball movement. And Siobhan Shields with one of his 5 field goals. He's 5 of 7 in the game so far. This was Gladgett's other 3 from way downtown, right at the end of the shot clock. And that's the kind of thing that's been falling for Monaco. But they've earned the right for those opportunities with their battling defence. And they've had plenty of energy from the likes of Zach Wright when they have taken the ball on defence to burst down court. And a series of dunks in that second quarter as well. Brandon Davies with that previous one. And there's a lovely alley-oop finish for Jordan Abudu as well. And it's Monaco who lead by 10. And Fraport Skyliners have their work cut out for them against this Monaco defence in the second half. Can they find a way back? We'll find out in just a few minutes.
Bravo à toute l'équipe qui a organisé ce flash mob ici. On applaudit les musiciens de l'orchestre de la Beignet 3. On applaudit aussi bien fort tous ceux qui ont participé pour cette flash mob qui sera diffusée sur le canal local Monaco Info dans le cadre de l'émission Monaco Confidential, nouvelle émission qui arrive bientôt sur Monaco Info. Bravo à tous et merci aux musiciens de l'Académie.
back to Monaco on game day 1 of the new Basketball Champions League. It's the home side who lead by 10 as we get ready to start the second half against Fraport Skyliners of Germany. They've had their offense absolutely suffocated by this splendid Monaco defense in the opening 2 quarters of basketball. Just 11 points scored for the Germans in the first quarter, 14 points in the second quarter. And they have not shot the ball well because of that defensive intensity of the home team. 43% the Germans are shooting inside, just 1 of 6 from downtown. And the home team have been able to pinch the ball with 7 steals, 7 offensive rebounds to create some extra shots. And they lead by 10, having hit 4 from downtown and shot 50% inside, although the lead could look a little bit better for them if they'd been able to make the most of their opportunities at the foul line, shooting just 3 of 9 from the stripe so far. Monaco have done this as well without much of a scoring presence from their star player Jamal Schuler.
Last year we do this. Nick, you understand me? Go too big, you don't need to fly. Just pick and roll down. You sprint back, you hop, stretch and see what's happening. This is our first call, corners, everybody to see. Come on.
This is the case with elite scorers though. They can burst into life at any moment, and it's an ominous sign for Fraport Skyliners that they trail by 10 already. And Jamal Schuler only has 2 points, both of them from the foul line. He's 0 of 3 from the field. The number 23, who so far leads the team in scoring in the French league with 16.3 points per game. (16 points per game last season as well for Schuler. Only 2 points in the first half here. Can Fraport Skyliners continue to keep him quiet? And can the likes of Siobhan Shields, who we see there, continue to score? He's the only player who's really scored for the Germans. He's got 12 of their 25 points. He needs a bit of help. They need to continue to keep Schuler quiet on defence. And they need to move the ball better and find some room on offence. Morrison. Picked up in this side by Robertson, who moves it back across to Vaughan. Shot clock at 5 now. A chance for Morrison to attack. Knocked away. There's the hook shot after he grabbed the deflected ball. And then it's out of bounds off the fingertips of a very frustrated Kana Medley. It was taking some doing for Michael Morrison to try and beat Fofana. Inbounded to Michael Morrison. Across to the far side, the long 2 off the mark for Antonio Graves. And Fraport Skyliners with no shortage of opportunities in the opening 35 seconds of the second half to close the gap, but they failed to do so. Monaco can look to stretch the lead now. Here's Fofana inside, draws the attention of the defence, back out. Schuler for 3, couldn't hit, so he's 0 of 4 from the field now, Jamal Schuler. Robertson looking to direct traffic. He was calling for Siobhan Shields and then tried to throw it inside and just threw it away. Monaco defence tight again. Jamal Schuler. No score in the opening minute and 20 seconds of the third quarter. Bost, a chance to turn for Fofana. And the foul called on Morrison. Morrison coming across to try and help out Kwame Vaughan, who was well overmatched. Hung up from the foul line, that was well short, but grabbed by Fofana. Back out it goes to Schuler. A fresh 14 to work with here for Monaco. And for Bost. Back out it goes again. Shot clock down to 5. Back off and try and create something. The long three. And an offensive board and put in. Big impact on the offensive glass from Kana Medley. 12-point Monaco lead. And Siobhan Shields just about clung onto it under pressure. And the foul on Kana Medley, who's working hard on both ends of the court. What a contribution that is. They weren't creating anything, Monaco, by way of a good look. And the long three off the rim, and the piece is picked up by Kana Medley. Invaluable play. Graves out to Morrison. Morrison is going to be called for the offensive foul. Well, Fraport Skyliners just cannot get the offense moving. He was certainly moving there, Michael Morrison, but illegally into the chest of his opponent. It was a selfless defensive contribution from Fofana. The Germans still haven't scored in the second half. DeBost around Kana Medley. Bost pulls up for the long two, right on the money from Bost. The Monaco lead stretched to 14. Beautiful composed offense. Vaughan. Oh, a rejection from Fofana. Here come Monaco. Wouldn't go down that time. Now the long pass down court, and Vaughan is left with the easy two. And how badly Fraport Skyliners needed that one. The rejection from the 7-footer Fofana. They couldn't take advantage though, Monaco, on the offensive end, and Vaughan was able to score. Bost hung high, too high even for Fofana. Fraport Skyliners' first score of the second half coming about 3 minutes in. They'll try and add to that now. Out to Morrison it goes. Waiting for movement. Vaughan was well guarded. Tried to get on the end of the bounce pass. It's deflected away off Kwame Vaughan. Watertight Monaco defence again. Fofana got his hand to it. Ensured that Vaughan couldn't wrap up the ball and continue his momentum towards the hoop. Kana Medley onto Fofana. Fofana in the high post, handing it off to Bost. Final 5 seconds of the shot clock. He finds some room beyond the body of Fofana and drains it. Well, DeBost is taking charge in the second half now. The lead stretched to 15 for Monaco. Siobhan Shields to answer back with a three. A Skyliners lifeline. 12-point game. Bost. Shields now has 15. Fofana looking to set the screen again. Bost around it once more. Out to Schuler for three. He still can't buy a field goal. Here goes Siobhan Shields looking for back-to-back baskets. Just ran into trouble. End-to-end stuff here. Monaco come forward. Chance to score in transition, and Kana Medley was fouled. DeBost now has 9 points. And I think he only had one field goal in the first half. He's done his damage here in the third quarter. Monaco stretched a 10-point half-time lead to 15. And a three-pointer from Siobhan Shields has made it 12 points, and now Kana Medley at the line. and good for Nick Kane and Medley. Monaco back up by 14. Still don't have anybody in double figures, the home team, but they've all contributed. 9 points for Boston Wright, joint leading scorers for Monaco. Across it goes to Agva, handed off over on the far side to Robertson. He'll fire the three, right on the money for Quintez Robertson. $11 points the difference across the midway point of the third quarter. Zach Wright, now a chance to attack for Ouattara to the corner. The three, no good. Ouattara battling for the board. Looked like he was favourite to grab it, but Shields comes away with it. There's a chance now for Fraport Skyliners to make it a single-digit game again. Handed off to Antonio Graves. Now here's Siobhan Shields trying to find a gap in the defence. There is no gap tonight in that Monaco defence. They've given the ball away though. They should get a good look here, although Vaughan passed up the opportunity to shoot the triple. Tries to get away from the double team. Shields moving it on one further. All too tight. All too tentative for Fraport Skyliners as it slips through the fingertips of Agva. Monaco's double-digit lead remains intact for now. Wright gets away from one and then he was caught from behind. Foul was on Vaughan, I think. You're watching live action on the opening day of the new Basketball Champions League. A new horizon for European basketball. And two of the top clubs from Group A of the five-group competition going toe-to-toe on the French Riviera, Monaco and Fraport Skyliners. Fraport, the FIBA Europe Cup champions last season. It's Monaco who lead by 11. Zach Wright onto Brandon Davies, steps towards the foul line. Can't get it to go off the front rim. Rebound grabbed by Robertson, who looks to motor forward into the paint, tries to switch hands, back to Agva it comes. Off the front rim again, grabbed though by Morrison. A fresh 14 to work with, knocked away. Recovered in the backcourt. Mertz. Shot clock down to 5 seconds now. Max Mertz into the paint. They just can't find a way through, and it's a shot clock violation. Suffocating, scintillating Monaco defence. Gladier. Moved on by Ouattara. This is Brandon Davies. Tried to find Gladier in the low post. He's saying there was a foul. 14 fouls on the Germans, with 3 minutes and 8 seconds remaining in the third. Gladier tangled up there. The Ukrainian will go to the line. And in fact, that was foul number 5, so that's why Gladier's at the foul line. It's his first trip to the line in this competition, and he makes both of them. 13 points the difference, and 3 minutes to go in the third with Frankfurt over the foul limit already. Here goes Morrison, trying to back that defence down, but Monaco able to grab the ball again. Right to Ouattara, got the defence up in the air, stepped to the side, couldn't hit the shot, batted back. Monaco able to recover it with Gladger in the backcourt. Zach Wright trying to go around the screen of Brandon Davies, who moves inside. It comes the other way. Gladger for three. There's still a few seconds to work with on the shot clock. The decision has gone against Monaco. And Brandon Davies is protesting their case to the official. Offensive foul called in the paint there on Davies. He's not happy about it. Max Mertz moves it on to Antonio Graves. Now Morrison. They know he's not going to shoot from the outside, so they back off. He hands it off to Quintez Robertson, in towards Morrison again. Freeman in the corner for three. Well, you're not going to get too many open looks against this Monaco defence. You have to take them. Zach Wright, final 2 minutes of the third. Brandon Davies. Gladger on to Davies again. Draws the attention of the double team. Finds a way out of it, but can't finish. Grabs his own rebounds, and he'll have to earn them from the line. He's disappointed because he feels it should have been an and one. Did ever so well to split the defence. Look at the disappointment. He's only 1 of 5 from the field this evening, Brandon Davies, and 0 of 2 from the line. Just 2 points, although he has pulled down 7 rebounds. He's got really good experience in continental competition, making the Europe Cup final with Varese last season, beaten by Fraport Skyliners in that final. Monaco back up by 15, ties the largest lead of the game. Moved on into the low post, an open dunk for Michael Morrison. Finally they get away from the defence. Players going out to greet those on the perimeter. Left Robertson free under the hoop. Gladger with the pass inside towards C, and he gets fouled. So Monaco back to the foul line. There's still a long way to go in this one. We've still got the whole of the fourth quarter, but the way this Monaco defence has been operating, what is a 13 or 15 point lead for the French team, looks more like a 25 point lead in any other game because their defence has been so tight. Amara C, 8.8 points per game at the start of the French League season. Is at the line here, makes both of them. He's only taken 1 field goal attempt here this evening, but made it. He's only taken 2 free throws, but made them. Efficiency personified. And you can pretty much say that about everybody in Monaco, red and white. Morrison on to Mertz. Final minute of the third, across to the far side. They did have a free man, but only momentarily. That's good offense, good composure from Antonio Graves. Defense was really on the move, trying to greet him, and he stepped to the side. There's a foul there on Max Mertz. Make no mistake about it, it's still very much game on. Even with this 13-point Monaco advantage. But Fraport Skyliners have to find a way to execute better on offense. They are finding a bit more space now. They can't get the roll that time. Agva couldn't believe that one didn't drop. And they haven't made the most of some of their open looks. They have found life difficult in terms of finding holes in the defense. And they will perhaps feel as well that they haven't had the drop and a bit of good fortune that they've needed. The three, and there's a foul on the three-point shot. Maybe that was a bit of frustration from Mahir Agva after that last shot didn't fall for him. at the other end just a few seconds before. Disappointment at both ends of the court for Agva. He doesn't think he touched the player. It's DeBost who goes to the line, and with it has the opportunity to become the first Monaco player into double figures. That's 10 points now. 2 assists and a steal this evening as well, in 15.5 minutes on court. Can't hit the second, there is still another to come. We've only got 10 seconds remaining in the third quarter. So Fraport Skyliners will look to hold it for the final shot of the third. And trail by 15 once more. Great defensive intensity off the inbound pass from Monaco. Great defense all over the floor from them this evening. Bost was all over the place trying to block the inbound pass, and all options covered. And they forced the turnover, and now the final shot of the third is theirs to take. It's 21 turnovers now for Fraport Skyliners, compared to 12 for the home team. Kana Medley. DeBost through the legs, left hand onto the right. Gladger over on the far side. He pulls up, long two, short. Can't add to this 15-point advantage at the end of the third. It is the largest lead of the game for Monaco. And Fraport Skyliners look now like they're facing mission impossible in the fourth quarter. Monaco 52, Fraport Skyliners 37.
Bang, bang and nick. Our ball. Listen guys, I'm talking about horns option. When they play horns, just all the big guys need to roll down. And after we need to recognize what they play, what they not play. Listen. Let's play 3. Bang here. And after finish, first is pick, roll, second, pick and pop. They switch, yeah?
Let's take a look at the leading scorers in the game. DeBost with 11 points for Monaco, leading the way for them. 9 points they've had as well from Zach Wright. 8 from the number 8, Sergei Gladyer. For the away team, points have been very difficult to come by, but they're led by the 15 of Siobhan Shields. 15 of their 37 points on the evening. Nobody else has scored more than 6. Kwame Vaughan has 6, and then a few players on 4. But boy, have they struggled, and that's because of the diligence, the discipline and the intensity on defence of AS Monaco. And they've taken advantage of that on the offensive end with an all-round contribution. Long pass down court there with Kwame Vaughan getting away. A rare chance at an easy basket for Fraport Skyliners. 15 points, the Monaco lead at the start of the fourth. Gladger across to the far side. They have a chance to extend the advantage. Fofana lost the handle on the ball. Bost able to pick up the pieces. Here goes Ouattara. Well, it's caught short by C, but he couldn't finish. And in fact, he didn't get it away in time. And a shot clock violation against Monaco at the start of the fourth. So the first part of the job done for Fraport Skyliners. They get a defensive stop. They need a few more of those. And the harder thing his offensive conversions. Can they get one here? Vaughan trying to float it high up towards Morrison, and there was a foul. What Monaco have done really well too over the first 30 minutes of basketball is spread their minutes around. They've got a deep roster, and nobody has played more than 23 minutes, 22 and a half minutes this evening, and only 2 players have played more than 20. There's a group who've played in the teens. They've shown their depth, they've shown their all-round quality, and whoever has come in has done a pretty good job on defence in thwarting Fraport Skyliners and their temporary head coach Klaus Purvas. Rebound secured by Shields, second chance to try and close the gap. And he looked to jump into Fofana, who was a little dismayed with the call. Second foul on Amara C sends Siobhan Shields to the line. 15 points so far this evening. And able to add to that. Looks very impressive. The man straight out of the US college system. He averaged close to 17 points, 5 rebounds, 2.7 assists, 1.3 steals per game in his senior year. Became the first Nebraska player to be named an academic All-American. Brandon Davies turned back and wanted to start again, and back into Michael Morrison, who's called for the contact. There's a rather slow, methodical, flat feeling to the game, and that's because AS Monaco have controlled proceedings. They've played the game that they've wanted to play. They've kept it tight. They've chopped down Fraport Skyliners. And they have their 13-point lead. They'll try and extend that here with the leading scorer, Bost, and then it's Davies who puts it in, lead back to 15. Just his second field goal. Across to the near side it goes to Graves, fired in towards the paint. There's Agver turning under the hoop. Can he find a route to the rim? No, he can't. Great defense from Davies again. Whether it's team defense or man-on-man defense, they're just not giving their opponents any room to operate. Robertson, he tries to find some room, gets the defense up in the air this time. There's a free man over on the far side. Good look, but a hurried shot. Here goes Boss down court, looking to go all the way maybe. Back out to the perimeter, around to Davies for 3. Short. Kwame Vaughan with the rebound. He runs the floor. Forced backwards. Again, transition defense this time from Monaco. Robertson. Shot clock into the final 10 seconds. He fires the 3 off the mark. And Agver battling for the rebound, fouled underneath by Davies. Fraport Skyliners, though, 3 of 10 from the outside now. Both teams have shot poorly from 3-point range. Monaco are 5 of 18. So their percentage actually worse. But it's inside where the evidence of the Monaco defence is so prominent. As Vaughan misses that one, they've shot under 35% inside. Fired down the baseline, and Brandon Davies was looking to adjust and get the shot away. Fouled by Agver. Third foul on Robertson, in fact. Non-shooting foul, so it's a chance to inbound from the baseline. Davies takes a seat. Here's Bost. There's the quick three. And too long for Schuler, who just hasn't got going tonight. They haven't needed him so far. D. Bost. Bost looking to score. Fofana looking to pick up the pieces. And Fraport Skyliners survive that time. Agva from the foul stripe can't hit. Even when they get an open look, they've been shaken off their game now by that rattling Monaco defence. Trying to pick up the ball here is Siobhan Shields. Recovered it, then lost it. And it's become a scrappy battle on court, but that's playing into Monaco hands. They have battled for every ball, every possession, on every play. And they're deservedly in front by 15. It's going to take something special from here if Fraport Skyliners are to find a comeback as they turn the ball over again. Turnover number 22. Bost to Schuler. Across to the far side it goes. Schuler trying to make a move. Here's Fofana. D. Bost, leading scorer with 11 for the home team. Had it knocked away by Vaughan. Vaughan trying to get away and carried the ball out of bounds. Bost, I think, is saying he got fouled. Vaughan might feel he got fouled too. And it's Monaco who come away with possession. And even when Fraport Skyliners get some kind of a break, they're not able to make the most of it. Fofana. Clinging onto the ball in the high post, then hands it off. Across to the far side from Bost. The three is short. Neither team making their shots at the moment. Explosive play from Robertson, but the whistle had already gone. Monaco shooting 42% inside, 26% outside. Fraport Skyliners shooting 33% inside and 30% outside. It's been a poor shooting game, even from the line. 65% plays 55% in all shooting departments, but defensively there's been a lot to be admired, particularly from the home team. Final 6 minutes of the game. 15-point Monaco lead still. Vaughan knocked away, another steal and given away. The scrappiness continues, but Monaco able to emerge with possession. Zach Wright, 9 points, the majority of those in the first half. Here's Abudu, who's had perhaps the highlight reel player of the game on offence, completing an alley-oop pass. Knocked away out of the hands of Fofana that time. We're going to have timeout, with Monaco still well and truly in control, leading by 15 towards the midway point of the fourth quarter here on opening night of the new Basketball Champions League.
Bren, place the ball. Listen, play our one. Sit, quick, play. Listen, play. Jamal, you make actually 1 and 2 after we do this. Maybe they stay in zone, doesn't matter. We stay. Let's stay in line. In line, and like you do like this. Actually, all 4 set the screen.
Not much to choose in terms of the rebounding numbers. You look really at this the turnovers that have been forced by the Monaco defence. And the steals as well, 11 steals for the home team to Fraport's 6. The home team have had 14 turnovers to the away side's 22. Zach Wright, open 3, short. And both teams continue to struggle even when they have open looks. They do have quality in terms of offence in these two rosters, plenty of it. Players just haven't shot the ball well tonight. Robertson, midway point of the fourth, Agver looking to move it on. Great play from Schuler, hustling on defence. It's forced across to the far side. Shot clock down to the final seconds. Vaughan needs to try and get it away. Wasn't aware as he was being suffocated and thwarted on defence. He just didn't know that there was such little time remaining, and that sums up Monaco this evening. Turnover number 23 for his team. Schuler. Monaco impressively have done this with Schuler having not hit a field goal. He's 0 of 9 from the field, their top scorer. Brandon Davies finding a way out. Abudu short with the hook shot. Short and flat. And if you think if Jamal Schuler can get going in future games in this competition and Monaco can play this kind of defence, then it's going to be a cocktail that could take Monaco to the Final Four party. And hope to force another turnover there, and they have done. 15 points the lead. It's been that way for a long time. I can't think the last time we've had a score. Here's Zach Wright. Ball knocked away. Here's Graves. Open 2 is good for Mahir Agver to stop the drought. First basket in what feels like an eternity. .13 deficit, but we're inside the final 4 minutes. Brandon Davies, all picked off the fingertips of Abudu. Here come Fraport Skyliners again, chance for back-to-back baskets. Quintez Robertson, looks like too little too late though. 11 points with 3.5 to play. It's doable, there's no doubt about that. There would be some collapse from this Monaco defence though. The fans trying to get back on their team's side with Wright kicking it back out. Kana Medley, the long 2, yes! They needed some points and they got them from Nick Kana Medley. Nine points for him now. Agver, almost the same spot, banks it in this time. Mahir Agver. And Fraport Skyliners have hit 3 in a row. 11 points the differential again. And after a really dry spell, a flurry of baskets now. Brandon Davies looking to hand it off. Here's Zach Wright, final seconds of the shot clock. He was tripped by Agver on the foul line. Still just one player in double figures for both teams. 11 points for DOS, or D-Bost rather, for Monaco, and 17 for Siobhan Shields for Fraport Skyliners. The home team up by 11. Zach Wright. Left-hand attack from Brandon Davies, and he was attacked in mid-air. He'll go to the line for two.
La faute pour Agba qui commet sa 4e faute personnelle et donne une 4e faute d'équipe.
Absolutely wiped out that outstretched left arm by Agba, his 4th foul. Brendan Davies just 2 of 8 from the field this evening, 2 of 4 from the line. He's back there again. He has managed 7 rebounds, 2 blocks and a steal, as well as his 6 points. In fact, 7 points now and a chance to make it 8. And the lead is 13. Here's Agba, the 20-year-old getting extended minutes in the second half. Siobhan Shields, the 22-year-old leading scorer, finds a man on the baseline. Graves, final seconds of the shot clock again. No room to operate, but he finds a way. Antonio Graves. In between 4 white shirts. Final 2 minutes, 11 points, the deficit again. And a foul called on Robertson. No doubt there'll certainly be prettier games to watch in the Basketball Champions League this season, but in terms of a defensive performance, it's about as good as it gets from the home team this evening to limit the FIBA Europe Cup champions to 47 points with all of their quality that they do have, just the way they've committed themselves to each and every defensive play in terms of pressing inbound passes, getting close to shooters, stopping the ball movement, stopping the passing lanes, even transition defense, getting back quickly. And it's defense that they've been able to implement throughout the course of the whole 38 minutes so far. Even then you see Zach Wright right on top of one of the Fraport Skyliner players. And that tight defence causing another turnover. And they can't find an open man off the inbound pass. It takes incredible discipline and diligence and energy and commitment to put in a defensive performance like this. Not the kind of stuff that makes the highlight reel, but it's the kind of stuff that can win you titles. And they're a team that are looking to go deep into this competition. Siobhan Shields moved on. Robertson for 3. Can't hit. It's been a really torrid night from downtown for both teams. 5 of 21 for Monaco, 3 of 11 for Fraport Skyliners. Final minute of the game coming up, and the fans looking to show their appreciation for their team's efforts. Gladyer a 3, puts the exclamation mark on the win. Sergei Gladyer, well, the two teams haven't shot well from downtown, but he has 3 of 6. And Gladyer has 13 points. Timeout called in the final minute. There's some glum expressions on the Fraport Skyliners bench, that's for sure. You look at that three-point shooting, 27% for each team now. 6 for Monaco, 3 of those from Gladyer.
Early two. Siobhan, you fake, you take the ball here. Antonio, you set the screen. Man on the ball. Let's push out the curl. On the screen, curl like this. Hey, we need the point leverage. Come on, we need the point leverage.
Gladyer, the second Monaco player into double figures, actually leads the way now for his team with 13 points with those 3 outside shots. DeBost has 11 points. Schüller has had 4 assists this evening, but only 2 points. 0 of 9 from the field, Jamal Schüller. Usually averages 16 points a game. Hasn't mattered though. You just think if they can add that to this defensive performance, and get an extra 10 points or so from him, well, it would be a really commanding position to be in. Well, the lane opened up momentarily for Robertson, but he couldn't take advantage. Nothing is going down for Fraport Skyliners. Schüller knocked off the ball and forced over half court. He will reflect on this evening and be happy, I think, that his performance hasn't in any way hurt his team, and be glad to get a bad game out the way before the rest of these Group A fixtures. If you can get a bad game out the way when your team wins, well, it's the best of both worlds, and we'll hope to put in better performances as the tournament continues. Here they go. Wide open court. Brandon Davies, the dunk to finish the job. Monaco lead by 18. The fans are on their feet. They're going to start the new Basketball Champions League with a win. The Frankfurt offence has had a Monaco mauling on the French Riviera. A defensive performance of the highest calibre from the French side as they beat Fraport Skyliners 65-47. 3 players finishing in the end in double figures for the home team. 13 points for Gladje. After those 3 outside shots, 11 points for Bost and 10 for Brandon Davies after that late dunk, with Monaco on a 4-on-0 fast break. Fraport Skyliners with plenty of players left down court, heads hanging. They have been beaten, battered and bruised by an incredibly disciplined and diligent defensive performance. And Monaco could go far in this competition with that kind of a display if they can add a sprinkling of stardust on offense to that defensive performance. 65-47 the final score. Terrible shooting numbers when you look at it like that, but it doesn't tell the whole story because the defense was so watertight from Monaco. The rebounding battle very even indeed. But you look at turnovers, the turnovers that Monaco forced the Germans to commit, 26 through the course of the game. Here's a look at the game leaders. Gladje with 13, as I've discussed. Leading scorer in the game was Siobhan Shields for the away team with 17, but nobody outscored more than 6 points for them, would you believe? Quite a remarkable story. Fraport Skyliners considered to be one of the top teams in this group and do have plenty of offensive weapons, but Monaco finding the codes to shut them down. There's the 3 in double figures. Bost and Davies. It was a really good team performance though. They had 9 points from Kana Medley in the end too, 9 from Zach Wright, so it was close to 5 in double figures and close to a double-double for Brandon Davies. 10 points and 8 rebounds, as well as 2 big blocks and 2 steals. And for him, on a one-man revenge mission, that was the way to get back at Fraport Skyliners, who beat his Varese team in the FIBA Europe Cup final last season. A really intriguing contest it was in France between Monaco and Fraport Skyliners. Not one for the highlight reel, but one to study if you're trying to learn on defence, because Monaco were superb. And we're seeing some of the highlights now. A rare one in the open court for Vaughan that time. There weren't too many of these getting free down court for Kwame Vaughan, and actually towards the end of the game when they did get a few better looks, they missed them, Fraport Skyliners, I think because they'd just been knocked off their offensive game by that defensive intensity from the home team. One from the outside for D. Bost, who did boss things at times tonight. 11 points rather, 3 assists and a steal. 2 big blocks apiece for Fofana and for Davies. They were important plays that emphasised their defensive supremacy. There weren't many from the outside for Fraport Skyliners, or indeed for the home team. That one from Robertson there, just one of 3 3-pointers in the game for Fraport. They really did have to battle and scrap for every bit of freedom in Monaco territory. And a dunk there for Michael Morrison, free under the hoop, really for the only time in the game. "17 points for Shields for them, but aside from that, just 6 for Graves, 6 for Agver and 6 for Vaughan. Not very often you see that. Fraport Skyliners, the FIBA Europe Cup winners last season, limited to under 50 points. 47 they finished with. Monaco with 65, win it by 18, behind 3 in double figures. The 13 of Gladyer, but it was the defensive performance of the team, the story here this evening. It's been a pleasure having your company for the opening night of the Basketball Champions League. We will see you tomorrow.